My name's Ollie, and I'm the founder of Dropscotch. Today I'm here to share my journey and what I've learnt so far. Ever since I can remember, I've always wanted to be my own boss. When I turned 12, I decided to start my first venture. However, the only problem was, I actually had no ideas. So I turned to the greatest source of wisdom in my life, Google, and searched easy ways to make money. After my research and with some help from Dad, I decided to import a badge machine. Things started out slowly, with birthday parties and kids down the street. But we ended up making badges for the Taupo District Council and a South Australian marketing agency. Needless to say, I was pretty pleased with the little empire I created and celebrated by buying a computer. From there, I started my own t-shirt company. I realised I needed a place to sell these t-shirts, so I learned how to make an online store. I realised the website had to be hosted somewhere, so I decided to start a web hosting business. As a 15-year-old, I became obsessed with the tech world. I spent every day reading the latest tech blogs and learning about the latest startups. I fell in love with the scene. This is definitely what I wanted to do. A couple of years had passed and we've now hosted a lot of websites. But deep down, I knew this was still a far cry from the businesses I've heard about on TechCrunch. So I kept searching for new ideas. One day, at a cafe, I thought about how cool it would be to have this photo I'd taken on my phone put onto a wall for the public to see and interact with. And there it was. I had my idea for my first startup. I started planning, and after a few weeks, I had a prototype. I knew the idea had potential, but I didn't know how to make it happen. Who could develop it? Where would I go from there? I found a developer who said he could help me, and unfortunately, I believed him, and that wasn't the case. So I tried another one, and yep, you guessed it, another one. Eventually the app worked, but it was on a very, very basic level. I had no idea how to get it to the next stage, and I hit a wall and was about to give up. In my state of despair, my mum suggested I reach out to her cousin, Gala Smith, and pitch him the idea. 2 weeks had passed and I'd finally built up enough courage to do so. And guess what? He ended up sponsoring me a 3-month trip to the Kiwi landing pad in San Francisco. Wow. Without thinking twice, I said yes. Of course I did. I could have never imagined what was to follow. While in San Francisco, I completely changed my idea. I found a co-founder, set up a US company, visited the Facebook HQ and HP, networked with investors, ate way too many cheap tacos, and had the time of my life. When I look back on my adventures so far, I like to think this all happened because of me. However, I know this couldn't be further from the truth. The biggest thing I've learnt is the importance of asking for help. Without Dad, I would have never been able to start my badge business or any of my other businesses. Without my mum, I would have never had the courage or the idea to pitch to Gower. And without Gower or the Kiwi landing pad, I would have never had the chance to go to San Francisco. And without the hundreds of people that have helped me along the way, I would have never been able to talk to you guys today. Sometimes it's pretty scary when I stop to think what's required in order for Dropscotch to succeed. I know I'm still just 18, and I've got still so much to learn. But one thing that I'm always going to be certain of is that if I keep asking for help, everything should be okay. Thanks.